You're welcome or you're welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of the 3-part series of the marriage advice from a happily married woman video that I mentioned that I'll be bringing to the channel. And I'm very passionate about the marriage topic and anything that would sustain a marriage or make it a happy marriage. So don't go anywhere, stick around till the end of the video, and I'm sure you'll learn a thing or two to help you in your marriage or your relationships or your future marriages and potential relationships. Okay, let's go.
Happy Marriage Tips Part 8. We about to just jump straight into it. I'm about to read y'all a DM. Of course, I'm going to keep her private. If I ever read a DM, I'll never say something that'll pinpoint exactly who you are. So it'll never be something super detailed, okay? But I'm going to read this and then we're going to get into it. I just wanted to ask, what makes all of the hard work worth it? I'm currently in a relationship, dating, where he tells me how sure he is about us and how he wouldn't change a thing about me and how he wants to be married one day. But I'm still a bit on the fence and have been ever since we started dating, and I feel guilty about it. I do tend to get very anxious and overthink way more than him. There just seems to be so many trials and hardships in a relationship that I'm just starting to wonder, how does the good outweigh the bad? What makes you keep pushing? Because sometimes I have a hard time finding the reason, despite him being a good person and a good boyfriend to me. Thank you. I'm going to tell you, I brought my honeycomb in on this one, and he gave the best advice, okay? He said, no matter what we do in life, no matter what we choose to do in life, it's going to be ups, downs, trials, tribulations, hardships, good times, bad times. He said, whether that's you at a job, whether you starting your business, do traveling content, he said even with that, and it looks glamorous, it's still gonna be some trials and tribulations with that. If you become a parent, yes, it's some great times and it's some bad times. No matter what you're doing in life, you're gonna have some trials and tribulations. You just have to choose if you wanna do it alone. I was like, you just have to decide if you wanna go through these trials and tribulations alone. Sometimes the thing about being in a relationship is that it can soften the blow a lot because you have this person that's your support system, that's there to encourage you when the times get tough and when they get rough. And when you have good days and you have accomplishments, that person is there to congratulate you, to make you feel really good about what you've accomplished. You can decide, you know what, relationships is too much. It's just too much. I just want to be by myself. And you have all the right to do that. You can be like, I just want to be by myself. And sometimes being by yourself is a good thing. However, in a relationship, you're going to have some good times. You're going to have some bad times. Even if you feel like I chose the right person, like you said, he's a good person and he's a good boyfriend to you. So if you're telling me he's a good boyfriend to you and he's a good person, what is the problem? And I'm not saying like, what's the problem? No, I'm saying, I want you to take some time and really think about what the problem is. What is it that's affecting you? And why is it affecting you? Where did it come from? What are you stopping yourself from enjoying? What are you overthinking? It sounds like there's some fear, right? And fear can be a good thing. Sometimes fear just means you need more information, okay? So you need more information to bring you at a point of just ease, right? To be comfortable. Something is not making you comfortable in the relationship. Do you feel like you're settling? Do you feel like you're being in the relationship just for him? Are there some things that you really want to be a part of your relationship, but you don't have it? And it's really important to you? And maybe you're trying to act like you're okay without it? It's a lot of questions that I can't answer, of course. Nobody can answer those questions except for yourself. So take some time and really think, what is it that I'm having an issue with when it comes to him? I've told my honeycomb several times, I'm so glad that we made it through the roughest times of our relationship because we're here now, right? And we know so much more than what we knew in the very beginning. And we both tell each other, I'm so thankful that we get to spend life and do life together because it's more fun. It's more exciting. Especially once you figure out how to get over those humps. Every hump is not going to continue to happen. I know it seems like some things just will never stop, or that problem will always be there. But I'm telling you, once the both of y'all change your mindset on it and decide that you want to do this life together, and you realize what you want is the same thing. You want a happy life. You want a life that's as smooth as possible. You want a life that's exciting, that's fun, that's lovable. When you decide you want these things and they start to happen, that good will outweigh any type of bad, because you will realize that you are together and you're bonded and you're bonding continuously as you grow together. So as long as you remember that you're not each other's enemy, and once you decide that, yes, I want to do this life with you, you start to make certain decisions that benefit the both of you. And when you start feeling like you got a partner, you got a real partnership, and you're not doing everything alone, and you're doing stuff together, and you got somebody that's on your team, that's rocking with you, that's riding with you, oh, it definitely outweighs any type of bad. We have that women's intuition. So maybe you have something that's going on in your intuition, but you're not trusting it, and that can cause a problem too. So maybe it's something that you can discuss with him, or just discuss with yourself, and really figure out what it is that you truly want out of life, and understand that you can have it and you deserve it. One last thing. What makes me keep pushing, what makes him keep pushing, is the way that it feels when we don't have to push no more. That feeling is what the only thing that we've ever wanted. And once you get there, you realize you're not pushing against each other. You're not pushing against the grain. And everything that you do, you working together on, it makes it all worth it. So once you get to that point, but you first have to make a decision that that's what you want with that person. If this is not the person that you want to continue life with, then you got to be honest with yourself. Go with how you truly feel, and then be honest with him also. I hope that helps. Stay tuned for part 9. As a happily married woman, I'm giving advice to women that's about to get married or thinking about getting married. This is part 8, and we're going to talk about holding grudges. Holding grudges against your spouse is so detrimental, because your marriage is supposed to be a safe space where you can be free to make mistakes. He can be free to make mistakes, but also for y'all to learn and come back together, right? For y'all to bond closer and get even closer because of the mistakes that were made. So once you learn from the mistakes, you grow wiser, you grow stronger, you grow even more loving, because now you appreciate the little things even more. Say your spouse did something, or said something, or didn't say something, or didn't do something, and you wanted them to. And you hold that grudge, okay? It hurt you. It disappointed you. It made you look at them differently. And now you want to hold that grudge because you want to punish them. And you want to make them feel like, well, that was so bad that I have to hold this grudge against you because I need you to learn this lesson. So you're trying to teach a lesson by holding a grudge. This is the thing. If you decide to forgive, you don't forget. But if you decide to forgive, you're deciding to put in all efforts on your part to move forward. Because if you don't put in the efforts to move forward, you're going to always stay exactly where you are, which is hurt, disappointed, upset, mad, frustrated. If that's where you want to stay, then stay there. But I'm promising you right now, it's not going to catapult your marriage forward. It's not going to get you to the point where y'all have learned from the mistakes. Now you can look back at the mistakes and laugh at it. As long as you holding that grudge and holding that against them, you holding it, imagine this, picture this. You're holding a grudge against them. So now they're trying to get closer to you because they're trying to move forward. And you got this in between the two of you. How do you think y'all gonna come together and bond even further? You can't, because you keep building this wall. Every time they make a mistake, you put a brick up. See, I knew you were gonna do that. You put another brick up. You put another brick up. Keeping them from being able to show you that they learned from their mistake. It's also keeping you from understanding what unconditional love really looks like. Because now your love is conditional. Your love is conditional on whether they said the right things, did the right things, made you feel a certain way. You only giving your best when they give you what you consider to be their best. But sometimes you're going to be 30% on that day. and they're gonna have to come in and pull in that 70%. And what that means is don't expect 100% from your spouse every single day. The same way they shouldn't expect 100% from you every single day, because life just be happening. And sometimes you might come with 55%, and they may come with 45% to make that 100%, but they may only be able to bring 40%. So if you didn't came close to 100 that day, give each other grace, give some understanding, but just work together in whatever percent you came with, because some days it's going to be a full 200% from both y'all, and it's going to be amazing. But some days it's not going to be that. But that's okay. Give each other grace. Now, of course, if your husband hurt you real bad and it was hella disappointing, it was just, you feel like your world was just crushed, okay? First of all, you always have to be the one to decide if it's something that you can handle and you can get over. I will never just be like, just get over it. I'm not here to do that. You have to decide that. If it's worth dissolving your marriage and going your separate ways, you have to decide that. That's why you have to know yourself. But if you are like, you know what? I made these vows. I'm deciding that I want to get over this because I want my marriage. And like I said, you have a part to do too. Where we mess up is we feel like he's the only one that has the making up to do. We have to create the space. We have to create the space to say, all right, I'm open to us mending this marriage. I'm open to it. It's going to take some time. They need to be patient about that. They cannot rush you into it. But you have to also show that you're here and you're willing to put in the work also. Because like I said, now you're one. So it's not just one other person doing all the work. That'll never work. So you have to be like, I'm willing to do my part too. But you damn well better do yours. Okay? Okay, however y'all want to discuss that. But just know that you can get over things. You can get over cheating. You can get over disappointment. You can get over neglect. You can get over miscommunications. It's all in what you decide you want to put into it. If you're willing to do the work, that's why they say marriage is work. Because sometimes it's smooth sailing and sometimes it's a job. Sometimes it's a vacation and sometimes it's a side job. Sometimes it's paradise and sometimes it feel like hell. Okay? But you can reduce those amounts of moments, those moments where it feel like hell, by what you do, how you respond, how you communicate, how you cooperate, how you love, how you show your love, how you speak your love. It's so many ways that you can contribute to having more paradise days, more honeymoon feeling days, more smooth sailing days. But y'all got to remember that you are a team, a partnership, which means y'all both got to bring what you got to bring to the table. Don't hold the grudge because you are holding them captive and you hold yourself captive. You came into this world by yourself. Y'all are two individual human beings. Mistakes will be made. Nobody was put on this earth to make you happy, make you have a happy life. Nobody was put here on this planet to do that specifically. You have to just take those moments where they do make you feel those things and cherish those moments and let them know how much you appreciate those moments, because that's going to attract more of those moments. When you tell them about these moments that make you feel so good, that's going to make them want to help you feel those ways again. But don't put so much pressure on people to be perfect for you, to make you feel all these things, to make you be happy. You have to decide that on your own. And you also have to decide, I don't want to hold on to that, because that's not making me feel better. That's not making him feel better. It's not making our marriage any stronger. It's not helping. So what am I holding on to it for? Now, of course, you got to understand, if you keep having these disappointments and these hurts and these pains back to back to back, now you got to figure out what's going on in my marriage. Is this marriage really worth it? Does he even want to be with me? Do I even want to be with him? Because I seem to be hurting him. You got to figure these things out and then move from there. So I hope that helps somebody. Stay tuned for part 9. Married women, don't forget to be your first name while you living in your last name. When you get married, you change your last name, right? Okay. But you're also your first name. After you get married, you become babe, honey, boo, wifey, mom. You become all these different names. And somehow your first name just gets lost. Sometimes people's kids don't even know what their mom's names are. And that's so sad. But what happens is we get so wrapped up, so caught up in trying to make our marriage work, right? Trying to make our home, trying to make our house a home, trying to make sure that our men are taken care of, the children are taken care of. But it's like, who's taking care of us, right? And the thing is, of course, you can't expect your children to take care of you. Of course, we do expect our man to take care of us. But sometimes they get so confused on how to take care of us because they don't see us taking care of ourselves. So if they don't see us making time for us, things like, and I'm not even talking about getting dressed up, because that's cute and that's cool and everything, but that's for other people to see you. I'm talking about the things that people don't get to see. I'm talking about things like doing your facial routine, taking care of your skin, taking care of your hair, taking care of your nails, your feet, lotioning your body or moisturizing your body or whatever you do, meditating, getting in your garden. These are things that people don't get to see. But whatever it is that makes you feel good, that makes you feel alive, that brings that spark back to your life, your husband needs to see that. Because sometimes they so lost on how to take care of us because we don't show them how to take care of us. It's just so important to continue to be who you are, because in your marriage, the more you strengthen yourself, the more you'll strengthen the partner that's in this partnership with your husband. But if you continue to just waste away, you never really thinking about you always put yourself on the back burner, you always put yourself last, you're going to start to see the overwhelm setting in, the frustration setting in, the stories that you start telling yourself setting in, and it just creates so much chaos within the home, and you don't even know it, and you think that it's created by him, by the kids, when it's really starting right here, because we're not taking care of us right here. You got to take care of your heart. The word says guard your heart, meaning don't allow all these things that's happening to you actually affect your core. And understand that life just be happening. It's just, life just be happening. And we here to experience life, to squeeze out the most joy out of this life. And if we continue to let ourselves just fall by the wayside and not make it a priority to make us a priority, we're going to start to see like, oh my God, life is so hard. But it don't have to be like that if you just make sure you take time to take care of you. And if you want to say something like, well, it takes money to do all those things. It takes money to do everything in your marriage, everything in your life. Your bills still coming. They still coming. The kids still need food. They still need things for school. They need things for their projects. The husband need tools. He need, electronics. He need to go to games, watch games. Okay, what about you? You cannot say, oh, it take money to do that. Save the money up then. Slide $5 here, $5 here, bump it up to $10 here. Okay, do whatever you got to do, honey, to be your first name. And when you taking time to be your first name, let the children know, hey kiddos, look here, mommy needs some time for herself, which is very important. Okay, it's very important to take some time for yourself. So mommy gonna need about 30 minutes. Okay, uninterrupted time. If you need something, go to daddy. Okay, if you need something, and you can kind of figure it out on your own. First, try to figure it out on your own. Okay, take some time and try to come up with that solution. All right, but if you can't figure it out and you really need something, then go to daddy. Give them an opportunity to try to figure that thing out. Okay, they don't always have to come to mommy. All right, so let them know mommy need about 30 minutes, and you take that 30 minutes, you shut that door. Okay, you get you something to drink. You get you a nice little book, or if you don't like to read, whatever you like to do, watching your favorite shows, baby, get in there, kick your feet up, and don't do nothing else. Don't get on the phone, don't scroll, watch your show. Okay, let the moment just absorb. You need these moments. Go hang out with your girls. Okay, whatever it is that y'all like to do, go do it. And don't be interrupted. Don't try to figure out what you gonna cook for dinner later on that night. No. Have yourself a time for just you. Be your first name. So yes, I understand that once we get married, we're now living in our last name, and whatever we do, we are representative of our marriage. And I get that. However, you have got to continue to pour into you and continue to nourish who you are, because everybody benefits when you nourish yourself. The kids benefit, your husband benefits. Baby, take care of you when you show him how much you taking care of you. You letting him know, look, I can't come to bed right now. I'm doing my facial routine. You let him know that you are important. And he got to show that you are important too, because you're not going to settle for nothing less. I'm telling you, it's not all about, you're not always trying to please your man. That's not what marriage is about. That's not what a happy marriage is about. You're not always trying to please your man. And I hope these videos are not trying to make you feel like that's what it is. I'm just telling you that, yeah, those are some things that can really contribute to a happy marriage. But one of the main things is taking care of you and bringing your whole self to the marriage. Because I'm telling you, if you come scraggly, you're going to get scraggly results. And we ain't got time for none of that. Hope that helps somebody. Stay tuned for part 11. Good Lord, my lips was cracking. Okay. Everything that's going on in the world, why wouldn't you want your house to be a safe space, a sanctuary, a peaceful place, a place of love and acceptance that you know when you come home to, it's going to feel so good to walk through those doors? Why wouldn't you want that? In order for you to get that, instead of you waiting on him to be that person, you be the person. Yeah, because with everything that's going on in the world that you can't change, that he can't change, you might as well say, you know what, I'm going to be the most loving person that he sees all day, every day. I'm going to be the one that's accepting of him and supportive of him. I'm going to be that because you know what? I need him to be that for me. And right now, we're not really being that for each other. So, but somebody got to start being. Make a decision that you want your house to be like that. Let that little shit go. Oh, he didn't pick up his socks. Let that shit go. Oh, he didn't put his plate away. Let that shit go. He didn't clean up his side of the sink. Let that shit go. Okay? It's a lot of shit you can let go. But what did he do? Oh, he went to work. Awesome. Yes. Woohoo. He came home. Woo. Yes. I didn't have to look for him. All right. He brought that money home. Okay. Yes. Woohoo. Yes. You know what I'm saying? He's talking to me. We're talking. Yes. All right. He gave me a hug and a kiss. Yes. All right. I need that. Because, baby, if you didn't have none of those, you would really have something to complain about, right? Let the little shit go. So that you can have a loving house. Okay? Ain't no space for no nonsense. Stop nitpicking with each other. Stop testing each other. Stop withholding love from each other. Let it go. If you got upset today, was it that important? Was it that crucial? If not, let that shit go. Okay? Make the house the safe space. It seems that part 6, where I was talking about submission, got some of y'all in a little bit of a chokehold. Let me. So some women say they ready to live the soft life when it comes to a relationship. You can live the soft life right now. You don't need no man. You don't need nobody to help you do that, right? But you want to live the soft life in your relationship. You want to just be. You want to just be able to exist and, just add to the relationship, add to the partnership. You want to be able to feel safe and feel seen and feel, loved and cared for. You want to feel all these things, but you don't want to be told nothing. You don't want to be told nothing. And I'm not talking about being given directions and being told what to do and being bossed around, because we don't do that over here. But what I am saying is you might have some flaws. Now, I know that's something that might be far-fetched, okay? But you might have some flaws that you're not aware of. And I'm not saying that all your flaws need to be fixed. I'm talking about there may be some things, some ways that you have picked up along the way of life like we do. And you may be asserting yourself a certain way that may be a little off-putting. I don't care how nice you are, how sweet you are, you can have some ways, okay? Because we don't get a blueprint to life, right? We just kind of have to experience it. So you may have your man where he may be seeing it and it may be a problem or an issue or whatnot. And he may tell you, and because you don't want to hear it, now he's all of a sudden being, boisterous, or he's being controlling, or he's being... Usually when we don't want to hear something from another person, we become defensive, right? Okay. We try to defend our ways because we don't really want to see our ways as being wrong or needing attention. So when it comes to wanting to live this soft life in your marriage, it's not about being bossed around. It's not about losing your respect for yourself. It's about gaining respect for you and the choice that you made by marrying this person. If you called that video that I said was being submissive, if you call that as losing respect for yourself, if you looked at it that way, that was your perspective. That was how you saw it. That's the lens that you see through. If I put these lenses on, if they are horrible lenses, if they're cracked and foggy and dirty, put them on and I say, oh my goodness, everything I see is dirty and cracked and horrible and needs attention. If I leave these on, then that's all I'm going to see. I can look at the most beautiful flower and it's going to look atrocious. So once you decide, you know what, I don't like how I see things through these, I'm going to put these down because I want to see some beauty. The same way I tell my children, we all have choices in this life. So what I'm saying, you don't have to take that advice. I'm just giving it to the women that want to get married, who've decided to get married, and who want to have a similar experience. That's it. If you don't like that, you don't want that, you don't want to answer to nobody, you don't want nobody telling you nothing, or going against something that you think is, the end all be all, then you probably might want to stay single, because I don't care if you pick the most perfect person for you. Y'all gonna disagree, because unless one of you are alien or a robot, there will be disagreements. There will be tough times. There will be rough and rocky patches, because you're trying to find out how you can mold your two lives together as one. But when you do realize that you don't have to always be on the defensive and trying to prove something or trying to always be right, that's when you can have that soft life. And it's amazing. It's fun. It's relaxing. It's a learning experience. And I wouldn't have it no other way. Everything that I've gone through, I've learned. And I've grown from it. So, hope it helps. Okay. Today, I have officially been married for 22 years. Today is our anniversary. And you are so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm truly enjoying my marriage. And that's why I wanted to come on here and give y'all part 13. Babe, what's a topic that I could talk about, to give them for part 13?
I don't know what part 1 through 12 is. I don't know.
Just give me anything. Just give me one thing that you feel like I should tell them today. Something that we maybe talked about today, because we talked about a lot of stuff today.
Talking about, how we should be each other's best friend, because a lot of people gonna come in and out of your life.
Yeah.
But that person's supposed to be with you throughout the rest of your life.
Okay.
So that person has to be your best friend.
Yeah, I like that one. That's what we're going to talk about. Part 13. So, yeah, I thought I'd involve him today. So we were talking about just being each other's best friend, because, you're going to have friends that's going to come and go. You're going to have associates that's going to come and go. But when it comes down to it, you really got to be each other's best friends. When you don't have nobody to talk to, you got to be able to come and talk to them. So it's best that you learn your communication styles ASAP. Basically, the first few years of your marriage is going to be you trying to find out how to communicate with your spouse, how to love your spouse, how to do the things that will bring peace into the home, because you think you know about it. You think you have this misconception of how it's supposed to go and how it's just supposed to go smooth. But no, when you're merging two lives together, it's going to be some difficulties. You got to learn how to joke about certain things. Don't make everything so serious. Everything is not serious. Be lighthearted. Smile when you talk. Fix your face. Okay, you got the frown going on like right here, and he's looking at you like, why are you looking so evil? But you don't realize that you're looking so evil. I mean, it's because it's something that's just ingrained in you because you're trying to be his mom all the time. That's not going to work. We have got to be the besties, honey. Besties, but sexy besties. Make talking enjoyable. Go back to the way you used to talk in the very beginning, because Lord knows if you were talking to him the way you talk to him now, with the frown all in the face, the frown line showing, and you looking at him crazy, talking to him crazy, cocking your neck back. Honey, y'all, the relationship wouldn't have even got started if you started talking to him like that. But no, it was loving, it was sweet, it was, oh, I'm not gonna say too much, I'm not gonna do too much. Don't be like that. Say everything. But just don't make it so serious. Show them that they can be excited when they want to come and tell you about something. You know, they want to tell you because they want you to laugh with them. Don't instead find a lesson in it or find the negative in it. It's just not the time. It's time to laugh. Now, I understand that it's not going to be this easy all the time to just be like, oh, we just going to laugh. Well, sometimes there are serious situations at hand that need to be discussed, of course. But as an adult, I think we know when it's okay to just be like, I'm going to laugh at it. I'm not going to take it personally. You know, I'm not going to take it to heart. I'm not going to bring up all those old traumas. And that's another issue too. Bringing all these old traumas into the marriage, expecting them to know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, and how to make you feel safe and how to make you do all. It's a learning process. Neither one of y'all saw how it was supposed to go. Yeah, neither one of y'all saw the learning curve in other people's marriages. You just took what you saw and you assumed the rest. Well, guess what? It's okay for you to say, I don't know what I'm doing. Because I guarantee you they're going to say, I don't know what I'm doing either. And that's a perfect opportunity for you to say, well, you know what? Since we don't know what we're doing, let's just do this thing together. Trial and error. And make a pact. Make it easy. I ain't going to say make it easy, but make it fun. Be like, you know what? I'm going to try my best to talk softly to you. And they can say, okay, well, I'm going to try my best to not be belittling. You know, I'm going to try to make sure I watch what I say. Because if I'm going to be your best friend, who wants to be besties with somebody that's rude to them all the time? Who wants to be besties with somebody who talks down to them all the time? Who wants to be besties with somebody who correct them all the time? Who want to be best friends with somebody that's always nagging them all over? Baby, we trying to get up out of there. We don't want to hear that. So think about whoever your best friend is, okay? Take those same traits and pour them into your wife. Pour them into your husband. Because, honey, if you best friends with this person and y'all can laugh and y'all can talk about this and talk about that and enjoy each other's company, what do you think it's going to do to your marriage? That's the thing that's missing, the friendship. Y'all trying to do the romantic relationship all the time, and that's fine, but where's the friendship? Where is it? All right, now I got to go because I'm still on my vacation right now. We're still on our anniversary trip. I done got cute. Did I get cute? You didn't got to tell me because he already told me I was gorgeous. Okay, so, but yeah, I'm finna go and continue celebrating. But I want to leave y'all with that. So go and check out my playlist. It's on my bio, right there. Happy Marriage Tips. If you want the information, if not, scroll on. Okay. But thank you again. You were so sweet. Mwah, I love y'all.
Okay, so these tips keep getting better and better, in my opinion. The first clip, the part 8, really spoke to me. I just really love the advice her husband gave. Like, I think a lot of people will be fine on their own, whether you want to be in a relationship or not. I think you'd be fine on your own, but deciding whether you want to do it alone or not is the decision that you have to make. So I just really love the answer the husband gave. It was point blank, period. Because truly, there will be good and bad days. Whether you're single or not, whether you're married or not, there will be good and bad days in your life. There will be victories, there will be challenges, there will be things to celebrate and things to mourn about. It's just is the way of life. You can never really have a smooth ride. There will always be something. So whether or not you choose to do it alone, it's up to you. Whether or not you choose to come home from a long day from work or from a long day or something happened and then you just want to cry under your sheets alone, or you just want to come back to someone to give you a hug, a big hug, or cuddle up, snuggle up with, and share the story with, is up to you. I personally would want or prefer to choose the latter because I just love. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And I know it's not always rosy and rainbows and sunshine and rose-colored glasses or whatever, but there are a lot of good days, and I feel the good days mostly outweigh the bad. Like, there are a lot of pros to it than cons. Yes, like she said, marriage is a lot of work. Marriage is a lot of work. But that's what happens when two people come together. There will be differences because we were not brought up the same way, we were not raised the same way, cultural differences, parental differences, all the differences you can think about because we didn't grow up in the same household. And even imagine growing up in the same household with your siblings, there are always differences. When you guys live under the same roof, have the same parents raising you the same way, there are still a lot of differences and arguments and things here and there that you guys don't like about each other. So, how would one expect marriage to not be a lot of work? But then again, this is just my opinion, and I am aware people will have different opinions about that topic. So if you have other opinions about it, feel free to share it in the comment section. I would love to hear what you think about it. So yeah, marriage is something to be celebrated if done right. You have to choose the right partner. You have to choose your best friend. There has to be companionship. And think about it, right? When you have a best friend, or if you have a best friend, you love this person. Your best friend is your best friend. You love them so much, so deeply, but they're still platonic. But you guys make up, you guys have fun, you guys talk about everything, but eventually you guys have disagreement, you fall out, you come back together, you make up, everything is good again. Think of marriage in the same way, except you guys share private parts. If you fight or if you have disagreements or arguments with your best friend, how would you expect to not have the same with someone you are seeing constantly, someone you're living with, you are breathing the same air with all the time? I also really liked the part when she said that no one was specifically put on this planet to make you happy. Like, can you imagine how overwhelming that must feel to be the sole source of someone else's happiness? So yeah, you just have to really appreciate the moments when they do make you feel that kind of way, because there will be those moments. Those moments will come. They will not last forever, but they will come. And you just have to enjoy it and appreciate it. I also really like part 10, where she talked about not forgetting to be yourself whilst you're married. Because a lot of people get caught up in this moment or in this phase or in this stage in their life where they're like the wife and the mother and the sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law, that they forget to be who they were before they became married. They put their husbands first, they put their kids first, they do everything for everyone else, forgetting about themselves, always pouring from an empty cup, which is something I have always talked about. It's something I actually have a video about that. The title is Self-Preservation. You should check it out. Because even in marriage, there are moments where you have to preserve yourself, where you have to not pour from an already empty cup. You need to fill your cup sometimes before you'll be able to give the best of you to your husband and to your kids. So yeah, you should indeed live in your marriage as you, whilst being the wife and the mother. Never forget about yourself, never neglect yourself. Do the little things that you love, the little things that really lifts you up, the things that make you happy, that make you feel whole again. It is good to be a good wife. It is good to be a good mother for your children to look up to be able to depend on. But never forget to look after yourself, to nurture yourself, to pour back into your own cup. Because if it's not full, what are you going to be pouring from? What are you going to be giving them? We also have to keep in mind that our spouses met us at the point where we were taking care of ourselves or doing all these little things when we were living in our names, in our first names. So you neglecting yourself all in the name of putting your family first and doing everything else for everybody else is not beneficial to your marriage. If anything, it's actually to the detriment of it. Because these men, they love seeing you take care of yourself. They love seeing the best version of you, the feminine, the bubbly, the whatever, the personality that you had whilst they met you. You don't have to lose that just because you got married. That glow, that self-love. You need to have all of that. You need to pour back into yourself. Because that is what they fell in love with in the first place. That is who they first met. So you don't need to lose her, not for anybody. Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about. See, I knew that was going to ruffle some feathers too as I was listening to it. The part in the previous video where she talked about submission. I knew it was going to stir up a lot of comments and people were going to feel uncomfortable. Even I used to feel uncomfortable about it. But as always, you cannot really program, or you cannot tell, or you cannot change what people are going to feel and think about something. So I guess it is what it is. People are still going to believe what they want to believe until they decide to change what they want to believe. But in my opinion, I really liked how she put it. I mean, her marriage is working. She's 22 years in. So if a happily married woman is giving advice, obviously there'll be people who do not agree with a lot of things that she says. But I personally think she really has, like, I don't agree with every single thing, but I agree with a lot of things. Though I am not married, but I can see how that would play out. Like, I can see it. And she looks really happy, so that's what is important. So my point is, submission is not always a bad thing, or is not what we always think it is. You just need to know. And I think once you start getting to know someone better during the dating phase, you need to ask them personally what submission looks like to them, or what submission is to them. Because everyone thinks of submission differently. Someone would think it's one thing, another person would think it's another thing. So when you ask and you know what it is that this person thinks or feels about submission, then you can decide if you want to keep or move forward with this person or not, because it will give you a clear idea of how the person sees submission. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I really hope you picked a thing or two here for your marriage or your relationship. I also will really appreciate it if you leave your thoughts and comments down below. Like, I want to know what people who are watching this video think about it, or how they feel about it. There will be a lot of difference of opinions, because obviously we're raised in different households. We have different mindsets. We see things differently. So it would be really interesting for me to see comments, like opinions, different opinions and comments about this whole topic and this whole marriage thing. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you and read what you have to say about it. I would also really love to hear from the married women who are watching this video, to hear what they think about it. If there's also any more tips that they would like to add, I would also really appreciate and enjoy reading them and sharing them with other viewers. So yeah, I'd really love to hear from you if you're married. Well, yeah, that's it. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Part 3 is coming out soon, and I will see you in the next one.